Welcome back to another B to the 7 Quick Bits. Today I want to talk about mistakes that may happen to you in a professional work environment. And keep in mind, mistakes will happen because we're all human, but it's really what happens after the mistake that is so important. One point I do want to make about mistakes, mistake is not an indication of a failure of an individual per se. A lot of times it is the systems in place, the processes in place that just aren't up to speed or really there to support that team member. It's important to be very upfront with your team that mistakes are going to happen, and there's a process that needs to happen after that mistake. So let's jump in and talk about what to do. So, step one, own the mistake. It does not do any good for anybody to deflect or make excuses. Next up, you need to assess the mistake and see what the impact is going to be. Is this financial? How's this going to impact your in-store team members or your team members and your end customers? Next, you need to fix the mistake and then communicate out to various teams, the consumers, whomever it may be, what the mistake is and what was done to fix it. This next step is very crucial. This is where you put the safeguards in place to prevent that mistake from happening again. And also, the step after that is to learn from that mistake and move on. Do some evaluation to ensure that it doesn't happen again, have the necessary discussions with the team members, but it's very important to acknowledge it and then move on to the next thing. So really this next step is something that could be applied throughout, everything that we've talked about up to this point, but you must back up and support your team or the team members that made the mistake. Let them know that you have their back. It's important for you as a leader, important for you as a team to continue to still build that trust and have trust in that team member. Mistakes do happen, so keep that in mind. When I think about the mistakes that I've made throughout my career, one that I think of that I fall back on quite often is, I've also had, opportunities where I've made mistakes. I've sent a national email to over 8 million people with the wrong promo code in it. So you can only imagine, you hit the send, you get the email in your box, this is a live email, and you look at it, it's like, oh crap, that's not right. So, immediately going to supervisors, telling them what went wrong, immediately putting a fix in place, and then planning out how to prevent this in the future. So, mistakes do happen to everyone. So if you can follow along with the steps that I provided above or something very similar, you should be well on your way of keeping and earning respect of your employer, of your team members, but more importantly, at least you have a plan in place for when this mistake does happen, and eventually it will. So make sure you have a plan in place and you know how you're going to react when that happens. So everybody have a great day. For more digital and social insights, go to b2the7.com. And for more career tips and resources, go to careerbarn.com. Have a great day.